A very good morning to all the students of class 6. I welcome you all for this next English class of this week. Children, I am so happy to see your response that you people have completed the written work, plus you people have solved the multiple choice questions. Now, the answer to all those queries which you people have raised in the previous class, that whether the multiple choice questions have to be done in the copies or not. Children, multiple choice questions are being given to you all to practice, to see your comprehension, how much you people have understood. We all have been doing the written work as far as written, the long and short questions are there. We are not doing the exercises in the copies, since the exercises are already given in the book. Once the school will open, we will complete the exercises in the book. But for your practice, for your knowledge, we people are attaching multiple choice questions. So you just have to note down the descriptive questions and answers in your fair copies. Those who don't have another fair copy may continue doing the work in the same fair copy. When the lockdown is going to get over, you may get a new copy, and once the school starts, we will guide you all, children. So no need to worry. The only thing you should take care of, study very well and complete your work timely. Now, let us begin with the chapter which we were doing in the previous class, which is Tarot's Reward. Children, in the previous class, we discussed this story of a young boy who was a woodcutter whose name was Tarot, who lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. Then all day long he was doing the work of cutting woods in the forest. Though, children, Taro was very hard working, but yet he was earning very little money, and this little money was not sufficient to feed his parents. As the cold breezes started entering Taro's house, his old parents were, feeling very cold. Then one evening, when cold chilling winds were entering Taro's house, his father desired to drink a cup of sake. Sake, I told you in the previous class, is a Japanese drink which keeps your body warm. So his father was knowing that Taro's earning is not that sufficient that he could buy them woolen clothes and all such stuff to make him feel comfortable. But yes, a cup of sake may do the needful. If the parents are going to have that sake, then their body's temperature would increase and it would help the parents to fight with this cold season. So one evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting, his father desired to have that sake. Now let us see what happens further in the chapter. Now, children, I am going to read the chapter for you, and then I will explain the chapter further. Children, I will read from the para 2. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut, and everyone felt very cold. Children, here the cracks of the hut are showing that the house was not very well constructed. Whatever little substance matter they could have collected, they have built their house, which was having so many cracks that they could not repair. Here these symptoms, these signs in the chapter are telling you how poor and miserable situation was there with Taro and his family. They were not having sufficient amount of money as well. Now suddenly Taro's father said, "I wish I had a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my old heart good." Since we have discussed that sake, a Japanese drink, keeps the body warm and stimulates the functioning of the heart. So since these people were old, they could not afford anything else to beat the cold blowing winds. The only thing they could desire of was having a cup of sake. Now, hearing to this, children, what Taro felt, let us see. Paragraph number 3. This made Taro sadder than ever, for the heart-warming drink called sake was very expensive. We all know things which are suitable for the body and which are rare to find are always expensive in the market. And expensive things for Taro and his family were just a dream. So, uh, Taro was very sad to think that this sake he cannot even purchase to get it for his father. Now, again, I'll continue from paragraph 3, children. How do I earn more money? He asked himself. How do I get a little sake for my poor old father? He decided to work harder than before. Children, these symptoms, these things in your life which bring so many challenges always motivate you. Once you are unable to get something, your situations, conditions around yourself, your inspirational people, parents, they always motivate you. Now, this desire of Taro's father motivated Taro to work even harder so that he can get at least this for his parents. Now, again, he decided to work harder than before. Paragraph number 4. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. Why did Taro, children, jump out of his bed earlier? Means the regular time when every day Taro used to get up and move out of his house for cutting the wood. Today morning something was different. And this difference was Taro woke up very early and rushed for the forest very quickly before than his usual time. Means the time when he was going to the forest, usually this time today morning he got up early. What was the reason for going to the forest very early, children? I know you know the answer. That motivation, that desire inside Taro's heart to work harder and get his father a cup of sake so that he can cut more wood and he can sell them and purchase that cup of sake for his father. After that, he chopped. I will continue, children, the same fourth paragraph. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. Now, did you see? So early, even before the sunrise, he was into the forest, children. He was cutting the wood that it was so dark at that time. Sun also did not rise. So when the sun when the sun reached its peak, then Taro started feeling hot and he took off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. My poor old father, he thought, if only he was as warm as I. Every single situation in Taro's life, children, he was remembering his parents. He was remembering his father. That this time, at this point of time, when sun is at its peak, when I am feeling so warm, at least my father should have been in this situation so that he could keep his body warm. Children, fourth paragraph, second part. And with that, he began to chop even faster. Again, thinking of his father, to serve his father, that motivation, children, inspired Taro to chop more woods, children. Now, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bones. Now we discuss, children, that what was the desire inside Taro's mind, Taro's heart, that he just wanted to work very hard, so that he earn more money and he can buy that cup of sake for his father to keep his body warm. Now, children, next paragraph, which is paragraph number 5. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. Now, at one point of time, Taro stopped chopping, children. Then what was that sound he heard? Could it be possibly rushing water? Then after he stopped. He was trying to recognize that what sound was, distracting Taro from his work. Since he was busy in chopping the woods, then what sound was distracting Taro from chopping the wood? He thought, what voice, what sound could it be? So he thought that possibly it is the sound of rushing water. Since we all know forests are always full with different streams of water. So Taro thought that it is probably a stream of water. Now, Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. Now, in this part where Taro usually goes to chop wood, he cannot even recall that has he ever seen any stream of water. Till now, he cannot recall that he has ever seen. But how come today he was hearing this sound of rushing water? Let us see further. Paragraph 5, second part. Then a rushing, ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest, full stop. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. Children, we all know our desire or our desires always motivate us to go in that direction. When we are thirsty, children, we always rush to the place where our water bottles are kept. We want to satisfy our thirst of water and then we drink water. Similarly, since very early in the morning, Taro was chopping the woods. Then what happened? As and on the time was passing, sun rose, then sun reached its peak when it is noon. Then children, he saw that when sun was at its peak, he saw that it was too warm, and then realizing that warmth, children, he recalled his father's condition. Then children, he thought that as in this situation, as in this condition, if his father would have been here, he thought that his father would have been so happy to see this warmth and feel this warmth. Then children, every time when he was working, he was just recalling his father and to do better and better for his father, which made him work more faster. So he got tired, children. Since early morning, he was chopping the woods in the forest. He kept on chopping the woods and thinking of his father's need and requirements. He again started chopping faster. Then at a point of time, children, it happened that Taro felt, very tired, and suddenly some sound distracted his mind, children. Then when he stopped his work, children, he tried to recall this sound, and we discussed it that since he was coming to this part of forest, children, he could not ever find any stream of water. Then what happened further? When since now he never saw any stream of water, how come today, how come this time such a stream appeared? Children, then what happened? That Taro left his axe. Since children, when we are thirsty, I gave this example, we quickly go and have water. Similarly, hearing the sound of water, he dropped his axe and suddenly rushed towards that part from where the sound of the stream was coming. Children, in this chapter, stream is referring to the stream of water. Is it? So he rushed to that part of the forest where he could hear the sound of that flowing stream. Then what happened further, children, is again a big surprise for him, children. What happened further is again a big surprise. I will read from paragraph 6, children. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Children, when we drink water from any flowing stream or from the running tap, when we don't have a vessel to drink, we always put our hands and make a cup like formation, and then we bring our lips and we drink. Similarly, Taro went to the part of that waterfall where he could place his hands and drink water. Then he made a cup out of his hands and started drinking. Now next question which came to his mind was this water, children? Or was it a sake? He tasted it again and again. Children, when you try a new dish or when you drink a new kind of drink, then you try and taste it again and again to recall what is this. So water has no taste. Similarly, when he was drinking water, he thought it is not water. Is it a sake? Again he started tasting it. Then he tasted it again and again. And always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. Children, when he started tasting it for the first time, he thought that it is not water. He tried to get that confirmation that is it actually water or not. Then he again tasted it, but again it was the taste of that sake. Again and again he was trying to taste it, but he was only getting to feel that taste of sake. Now what happened further? Children, I am going to read from the same paragraph. It was delicious sake instead of cold water. Paragraph number 7. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. Children, pitcher is nothing but a container. Usually a container, children, where you a container or a pot kind of a structure where you try to keep some liquid, or a pot which can be filled with mud also. So simply to understand, a pitcher is a container. So what pitcher he was having, he quickly filled this with that water in the form of sake, which was being given from that water form. So he filled that pitcher and he rushed to his home. Then children, 7th paragraph, 2nd line. The old man was delighted with the sake. Why the old man was delighted, children? Because this was the cold season time and he really wished to drink sake for keeping his heart more active and protecting his body from the cold ones. So he was very delighted and very happy to taste that sake, children. So the old man was delighted now to have that sake. Now children, after only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. Now children, when we are always wishing for something and there is a delay in getting that product or getting that thing, children, as soon as we get that thing in our hand, aren't we delighted? Yes, we just bloom out into laughter. We just show our happiness with dance, with moves, and we just keep on hopping everywhere. We shout, we scream. Similarly, this old man who was really wanting to drink that sake, when he sipped that sake, with one sip, children, with one sip only, his body stopped shivering from cold. He started feeling that joy and he was so delighted that he started dancing in the middle of the floor, children. Now after that, that afternoon when Taro brought that sake and his father sipped it and thought that it is so nice to sip it, he started dancing. His body stopped from shivering. That afternoon only, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Everybody keeps receiving neighbors and visitors to our houses. So a neighbor stopped to his place. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. Since Taro filled that pitcher, he was having that pitcher in his house. So Taro's father offered that cup of sake to that visitor. Then the lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Now children, I will read it from paragraph 8. Please pay attention. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of sake. The lady drank it greedily. Why greedily? Because this is an expensive drink. And when this visitor got to see that his father is offering a cup of sake, she greedily grabbed that and she drank it all. and thanked the old man. Now, children, same paragraph. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. Now, children, did you see? It often happens everywhere, children, not just in this story, but everywhere, children. Now, when that lady was offered the drink, she was greedily having it. Then Taro told that lady, with that sense of innocence, because he was not greedy. Taro was very honest. Taro was very kind hearted. So he had no, greed in his heart. So he was very innocent. He told that lady the whole story, that how he heard that sound of waterfall. He rushed there, children, and then he had that water in the form of sake and he brought it home. Then this lady, after listening to this story, was so excited that she spread that whole story in the whole village by night. Now, what happened further when all the villagers got to know about this magic of sake through a waterfall? We will see in the next class. But for now, children, you need to read the chapter again, especially go through all the paragraphs till para number 8 and complete the given work which I am going to attach with it, with this video and with this presentation, children. Children, again I am repeating, exercises have to be done only in the books. You will only do the written work, that is descriptive answers, in your fair copies. Now after this, children, I will start with the chapter that what happened when the whole village got to know this story in the next class. So by now you have to prepare this and do the work which is being given, children. Thank you so much and see you all again in the next class. Bye bye. Take care.